From Studio A at the USC Annenberg School, I'm Jacqueline Smith. Joining me today is college basketball coach from California Miramar University, Jason Spann. Thank you for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
Now, you've been coaching for 7 years now, and this is your first at CMU, but basketball has been a part of your life since childhood. What made you fall in love with basketball?
I was playing kickball in the gym in elementary school, and I just kept throwing the ball into the hoop. And then I was just like, oh, I could shoot. And then from now then on, I was playing basketball.
Okay. Now, you talk a lot on social media about your father being a basketball coach, and it appears that you're following in his footsteps. What has your father meant to you in your coaching career?
Everything. My dad was a lawyer, but his passion was basketball. It's almost like he didn't care about practicing law because when I saw him happiest is when he was coaching middle school, high school, and then eventually college. And I just decided that if I'm going to do something with my life, I'm going to do what I love. And, basketball is it, coaching, and just watching him through the years coach me and other kids and, saving people's lives and influencing people really meant a lot to me.
What are your coaching influences?
My father is probably the only real one, but, now that he's gone, I look at, guys like Phil Handy, Teron Lou, you know, young black coaches.
Okay, so aside from coaching, you play in men's leagues during the off season, being the best shooter on the court or walking bucket, as they say. How does maintaining your gym practices and working out showing your coaching style?
Well, it helps me connect with the players better. Um, sometimes guys want to see you do it instead of just have you telling them what to do. I think it builds a better rapport and you get a healthy level of respect. So when you have to be hard on them, they know it's just not, oh, he's just telling me what to do. He can't do it. Well, yes, I can, and I'm going to show you. And it also helps with recruiting. You know, sometimes, like I said, they got to see who they're playing for.
How does like coaching at a private university differ from being at any other college?
It has its ups and its downs. It's less funding, but it means more. You get to really start from scratch and have an imprint on every aspect of the program, and the things you accomplish is like history. When I went to when I was in high school, I was the first graduating class of my high school, like the very first one. So it's like we started it and then it kept going. So I like situations like CMU, the old school I was at, Bethesda, small programs, but when you accomplish something, it really means more because you really have to come together as a staff and a team to really accomplish things.
What are some of the challenges you face?
Definitely funding, um, you know, facilities. Recruiting is definitely a challenge because, I mean, you got schools like USC, UCLA, all these fancy schools, all these nice facilities and things. It's hard to, really get, you know, talent to come to smaller schools and want to play because, it's all about the flash. But I think that schools like this are good because they give guys who, are overlooked or, struggled a little bit. Maybe they're late bloomers physically or they have problems in school. So we give them a chance to become a part of something.
Yeah. So when you see your players succeed on and off the court, tell me what that does for you.
Oh, I'm hyped. I love it. I love everything about it. You know, not just for me as a coach, because it shows me that I'm getting through to them, but for them because they feel good about themselves. You know, coaching is all about. I always say coaching is all about players. Players make coaches. All we do is just give them like a template to follow, and then they work, and it comes together, and it's a beautiful thing.
So, how does being an assistant coach prepare you for the future?
Well, that's an interesting question because you know a lot of people want to be head coaches and like want to be in charge. I don't necessarily mind being a lifetime assistant because as an assistant, you really get to focus on the players and the game itself. And head coaching is huge responsibilities. You have, you know, got to deal with boosters and you got to deal with administration and everything else outside of basketball as well as basketball. Like for me, I just love being around the game and I love, you know, being on the floor with the guys, helping them get better, helping them become better people as well. You know, as a head coach, you have a lot to deal with. And I feel like having assistance is very important, you know, because over the course of the season and then even after the season, depending on where you're at, it's always something, you know. So I feel like me just being an assistant, it prepares me for life because that's really what I want to do. I love being an assistant coach. And like, it's like one of the greatest things that I think that I can do in my life.
Well, Jason, thank you so much for joining me. The Falcons will play again on Saturday, and good luck to you and your team during the season. From Studio A, this is Jacqueline Smith. Until next time.